Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian. With special guest.
I'm Dave.
There he is. Welcome, Dave.
Hello,
Dave. It was a
Dave.
premature Dave. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you tried to jump in there.
Poor guy. It's
too
the first time
exciting.
he's on here. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's nervous. You know, you didn't prep him well enough.
I was upset with the countdown.
That was perfect.
Dave has now seen the infamous Brian countdown or count up or whatever the hell it is.
That was absolutely
He
perfect.
struggles.
It was some sort of
to put
sideways
three
count.
fingers out.
We're here today to discuss Wargames.
Nice.
June 3rd, 1983, it was released, rated PG, hour and 54-minute running time, directed by John Badham.
Shall we play a game?
His top four was Wargames, Short Circuit, which is another robot,
okay.
you know, Saturday Night Fever, and Nick of Time.
Nick of time. Nick of time. Nick of time.
Striker.
What's Nick of time? Do we know that one?
I don't
Is that
think
like
so.
some guy named Nick in jumpsuit time or something?
I don't know if it was anything really.
Is that the? That's not the Jean-Claude Van Damme
I
time
was just trying
travel
to think
movie,
if it
is
was
it? That's Time Cop, right?
Why was I was thinking Jeff?
That's time.
I was
Cop.
thinking Jeff. No, not Jeff.
Jeff Daniels, Jeff Bridges, William Hurt.
Nick of Time.
We were watching. This
Jeff
is so
Daniels, I
off.
think is it.
So off.
What
this
decade?
topic
Johnny
already.
Depp and Christopher Walken.
Oh, maybe I don't know that.
Yeah.
We were watching
I don't know that one.
Big Lebowski the other day.
Charles
I'm
S.
totally
Dutton.
off the subject here already, but we're watching, and I'm like, oh, it's Jeff Bridges, and Logan's like, Jeff Bridges, Jeff Daniels. I'm like, no, it's Jeff Bridges. I know it's Jeff Bridges, and then Michelle's like, no, it's not. It's Dennis Quaid. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It's Jeff Bridges. And then we said, and then I'm like, or is it William Hurt? And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, hang on. I'm like, it's definitely Jeff Bridges. I'm like, but I always got Jeff Bridges and William Hurt mixed up. William Hurt has since passed, but Logan was getting Jeff Bridges and Jeff Daniels mixed up. Michelle's like, I always get Jeff Bridges and Dennis Quaid mixed up. I was like, just
And then
boring
don't bring
old-
Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton
the
and
Bill Pullman,
everything,
Bill
and then you got a
Paxton
whole
mixed up.
different.
Yeah, so there's that. So go on, because none of those guys are in this movie.
Well, I'll say something too. I meant to say it in the mini, but this is coming out after Sunday. But Righteous Gemstone season 3 comes on this Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I did not
I'm
know
excited
that.
about that.
I am
Yeah.
so excited that you said that. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah,
Is that
so-
HBO?
HBO.
Yeah, I guess HBO
Max or
gets
whatever.
another
Max,
month at
yeah.
our house.
Watch.
I've seen some of season 1.
Oh, it
my
was
God,
so
that's
good.
such a good
I love
show.
that
Great
show.
show.
And that's one that he watches with us. Too.
Yes,
what's,
that's
what's
the
fun
one of the
about that,
few.
yeah. Our IMDb descriptions here. First one was a young man finds a back door into a military central computer in which reality is confused with game playing, possibly starting World War III. A young computer whiz kid accidentally connects into a top secret supercomputer which has complete control over the U.S. nuclear arsenal. It challenges him to a game between America and Russia, and he innocently starts to count down to World War III. Can he convince the computer he wanted to play a game and not the real thing?
The Whopper.
Chills.
Dun dun dun. What's the Whopper stand for?
Oh shit.
Oh, I read that.
Yeah, I don't
Because
remember.
what WOPR? It's I don't know. I don't know.
It's War, Operation, Planned Response.
Wow, I wouldn't have gotten any of those.
Not even a war.
I was thinking world. I was like
I was
world
thinking world,
organization, prepared response. Well, maybe I got response.
I got some fun taglines for this one. The only winning move is not to play.
The only winning movie is not to watch the movie. That wouldn't have been a good tagline.
Oh, I have that one.
Strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
It's amazing that the AI voice has not improved in the last 40 years.
I like that voice.
When I
though.
hear TikTok videos and they do the AI voice, it sounds just like that. Someone dogging like this.
I love that voice. To David Lightman, global thermonuclear war will just be one hell of a game. To everybody else, it'll be hell waiting to happen.
Oh,
Global thermonuclear war. You may think it's one hell of a game. You couldn't be more right.
oh,
Chandler Bing said that one, I think. You couldn't be more right. Wouldn't you rather play chess? Shall we play? Would you like to play a game?
Shall we play a game?
Is it a game or is it real?
Or was it
And
Memorex?
Matthew Broderick is the first in the cast playing David Lightman. Have we had Matthew on?
I don't think so.
I don't
He's
think
our
we
first
have.
one.
It's our first Matthew
Like, he
Broderick.
wasn't in class,
Lady
right?
Hawk. Did we do Lady
Not yet,
Hawk?
we didn't. It's on the list, but we
Oh.
didn't do it, yeah.
He wasn't in class, right?
No.
Because there were a lot of young up-and-comers in that.
And he wasn't in
Outsiders.
Outsiders. No, I don't think we've had him. You want to give a stab at his top 4?
I'll let the guest first.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. of
Ferris
course.
Bueller's Day Off is in his top 4, yes.
How about like
Biloxi Blues.
the good movie?
Was that one?
Good movie,
What,
but
a
it's
Neil
not
Simon?
in there, yeah.
Not the professionals.
The freshmen?
Producers.
The
is
producers.
correct,
Oh,
yes.
producers, yeah. Freshman.
Freshman, no.
Oh, that was
Not
great.
the freshman.
That was a great movie.
Inspector
that was good.
Gadget.
No.
I remember taking Katie. We lived in Denver at the time, and I remember taking Katie to see Inspector Gadget. And it was during the day. And there's no one in the theater. No one. And me and Katie sat down, and this family of 4 came in. Sat down directly in front of us. There are 1,000 seats in this theater. They sat down in front of us.
Did you move?
And we moved.
Oh,
yeah.
did you really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have made a scene about it too. Like, okay.
Really? Yeah, sit here. How many did we get so far?
You got 2.
only 2.
Two?
Yeah, you got the
Jesus.
producers and Ferris.
No, I got the producers of Ferris.
Wow. Should we get these?
Yeah.
Are these gettable?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Especially one of them.
Is Wargames one of
Yeah.
them?
Oh. All right. So you got 3 now.
Sex in the City, was he in that? With
It's a
his
movie he
wife?
did with Jim Carrey.
His wife's in
A
that?
movie he did with Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Cable
Cable,
Guy?
Guy. Good
Cable
movie.
Guy.
I like
Cable Guy,
Cable Guy.
yes.
That is a movie that gets shit upon, but I remember liking that.
I never saw it.
His wife's in Sex in the City?
No. Well, his wife is, yeah.
Oh, is he
Sarah,
married to-
Sarah Michelle Parker?
Oh, Sarah Jessica.
Oh, no,
Parker.
Sarah Jessica
I forgot
Parker.
he was married to
One
her.
of those Sarah
Wait, I
Jessica.
thought that was Michael J. Fox.
They've been married for forever.
No, that's Tracy Pollan. I don't. There's that Michael J.
They
Fox
have been married
documentary.
forever.
I want to watch it.
Oh,
but
I'm
it
not
looks too
watching
sad.
that,
I
man. I don't
I think
wanna-
I'll cry.
I'd rather just
True.
watch Back to the Future 3 and remember him at his
I'll watch
height.
and cry there. Cry at that one.
I'll watch 1 and 2.
Jason
I'll
is-
just watch 1 and 2
Jason
and
has
stop.
famously never seen part 3 of Back to the Future. Like, how do you stop 2 parts 2/3 of the way through the
I just
trilogy?
have no interest in seeing it anymore. I'm
It's
done.
good,
The story.
man.
The story.
I don't
ran,
think I ever saw
the
it.
story ran its course for
But
me.
part 2 ends on a cliffhanger.
That's fine. I love it.
My
It's-
wife
it's left for
refuses to
interpretation.
watch 3.
Oh my God! It ends on a cliff.
One-
It's like if you ended at Empire,
And I
just
got
didn't know
Brian
how-
on my side now too. So
And
sweet.
1 is her favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
Back to the Future
That is a
awesome
good movie. I remember seeing
Is
that
your
in the
wife
theater.
your age or in the?
She's 45.
Okay, so
Okay, so she's
she
around
was
my
like,
age.
wow. So
I'm-
she's actually she was young when that came out in the theater. Because
Here comes a Jason brag because he's younger than us.
I was going to say I'm a little older than his wife. Stupid cunt.
I'm not Connie.
We haven't used that in a long time. What was that from? What movie was Connie in? Or she was a Love Boat.
Love Boat, yeah.
She was trying to take Julie's job.
Super hot Connie, yeah.
oh my God,
She was hot.
She was super hot.
I want to watch the Love
I had a
Boat
juice
again.
box back then.
We should start watching the Love Boat again.
I agree.
Dabney Coleman played McKittrick.
Told you it was
McKittrick.
McKittrick.
Yeah. No, you didn't. You said McAllister.
isn't
Did I?
McKittrick
I didn't say
the bad guy from?
That's Kevin McAllister. That's from Home Alone.
Isn't McKittrick the bad guy in Mission Impossible also? But whatever, you guys don't know that.
His top 4. You got any shot at Dabney's? This is
One of
our
my
first- this is our
all-time
first
favorite
Dabney
movies
Coleman.
of all time is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
He was
9
the
to
bad
5
guy
is
that.
in that.
Oh, man,
top
and he
4.
was such a dick in that.
That's
man.
a fun movie. I
Oh,
love
that's
that
a
movie.
great movie.
When they go to the hospital.
What year
it's
is
such-
that?
I think it's it's
81
Pre, yeah, I was
maybe?
gonna say it's
Oh,
pre
okay.
83 for sure.
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger.
So
Oh,
being
I
filmed in
that.
I was
San
trying very
Antonio.
hard to think of- I could not think of Dabney Coleman.
How about
for some reason?
Man with One Red Shoe? He was in that.
He was in that, but that did not make
How
it.
about he was in
Think about what we're here for.
Wargames.
War Games.
How about
all right.
how about Boardwalk Empire?
No, but that was related to the last things he's did.
Yeah,
Wait, he was in
yeah.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, he
Empire?
was like the what did they call him? Not commandant. What do you call a boat guy?
Commandant.
Commandant? Not
Yeah.
commandant. Not
Captain.
shit. Nah, God.
Commander.
He was in Boardwalk Empire.
When we
Boat
watched,
Swain?
when we talked about Cloak and Dagger, was it because of Dabney Coleman? That
I think it might
told
have been.
We said something. Dabney Coleman came up recently in something we were talking about, I think.
Yeah, but who was it that when Andy told the story of watching them
No,
film
because
that?
because Henry Thomas is in that, and we were
Henry
talking about ET.
Thomas. Oh, okay.
Yep.
That was
Oh, he was the kid.
E.T. is still one of our highest rated movies.
Oh, really?
Great movie.
Ours.
That is a great movie,
We,
yeah.
we had a high rating. I think I was in the 90s. I think, were you
Was
in the
that
90s?
was that an
I
83
don't know.
movie?
That was
It was
82.
82,
Yeah.
yeah. That was, it held up.
82 was a blur for me. I'm sorry.
You were 12, just like
it
three
held
of
up.
us here.
So he was the Commodore in Boardwalk
Commodore.
Empire. That's the word I could
Oh.
not think of.
The Lionel Richie of
I was going to say, I had a Commodore 64 when I was young. I should have remembered that.
His last two that you guys sadly couldn't get, You've Got Mail and Tootsie.
Oh,
You've Got
Tootsie.
Mail.
I never saw You Got Mail, and
I
I
never saw You
kind of
Got Mail
forgot he
either.
was in
Who
Tootsie.
was he in You've Got Mail?
Yeah, I don't
I never
remember
saw
him
You've
in
Got
there.
Mail.
Is Dabney Coleman dead?
No, he's still alive.
Is he still alive? Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure. He's got to be very old.
I think he's a skeleton, yeah.
Tootsie
I
was a
don't think
good
he's
movie.
been out in a while. I think he might be one of those guys. that's
Pulling the
been-
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Just,
Tootsie was 82. We didn't do it, though.
yeah, because someone went on
Somebody
vacation for a
somebody
month.
went on a 36-week.
My mom wanted to do that with us.
That's right.
playing Falcon or Falcon, depending on how you say it.
Millennium Falcon or Millennium Falcon.
John Wood. He died in 2011 at age 81 from natural causes.
I feel they wanted to get Stephen Hawking for this, and they just
He
couldn't.
was in Lady Hawk. Did you know that?
Oh, was he really?
In the top four, yeah, along with Wargames, Sabrina, and Chocolat.
Chocolate. Chocolate. I
There's
never
no
saw
E.
Chocolate.
There's no E there. It's just Chocolat. I don't have her name here. I just put Ally Sheedy. I forget what her name was.
Jennifer.
Jennifer. It was
Jennifer. Yeah, we talked about that
Yeah.
All
earlier.
right,
No,
so
it's-
Jennifer.
it reminds me of my
Her top
ex-wife.
four. You got anything there? This is our first Ally Sheedy movie.
Ally Sheedy. Give us something.
Breakfast Club.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Bingo.
Short
It's in the top
circuit.
Short
four.
Circuit. Yeah,
Short
'cause
Circuit is
I guess
in
the
top
director
four,
liked
yes.
her.
St.
Yeah.
Elmo's Fire.
Not in her top four.
Whoa.
Think about this one: War Games,
Games.
and then High Art. I don't know what that is. High
High
Art.
Art.
Yeah.
She's in something right
High
now,
art.
right? Is she
Is she?
a mom to some?
I think
and
You're
was,
thinking Winona.
single drunk female.
I don't know.
What-
Single drunk female?
Yeah, it's a
Korean
show. No, it's a show going on right now. Oh my god, the lead in that. She's so
Who's the
hot.
boss? The little girl kid.
Tony Danza?
No, not. He's not a little girl kid. The little girl kid. What? Why can't I think of her name?
The little girl kid.
And who's the boss?
Oh,
Melissa Milano.
no.
I think High Art was Melissa Milano.
Was that
Alyssa
her?
Milano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. We all like her.
Barry Corbin
The hot
plays General
May.
Behringer.
God, man, I love him,
Yeah.
man.
He is so good. Still alive.
Good, man. He must be old.
He's still alive?
Yes, his top four. You guys want to get a
I
shot?
remember he was on that TV show
Northern
Northern Exposure,
Exposure, yeah.
but I
That
don't
wasn't
think-
in his top four. He's in that new show Tulsa King, so that made
Oh,
it
the
in
one with
there.
Stallone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yellowstone.
I haven't watched that yet.
He's
It's
on
my
this
list.
911
show.
Lone Star.
Didn't
This is a show that I saw him in, but I haven't watched the whole show, The Ranch.
Oh, the one with
Oh, that's right. He was the
Ashton
the
Kutcher?
veterinarian.
Yeah, I only watched like a third of that.
Ashton
And he's
Kutcher
been-
and convicted rapist
Danny
Hyde from the '70s
Masterson,
show.
yeah. He's in 32 episodes. He's also
Convicted rapist, by
but
the way.
Barry Corbin's
Hyde.
in the new Scorsese flick, Killers of the Flower Moon. He's going to be in that.
Yes, I
and
saw that he was going to be in that.
Do you remember him as Everett Acker in Better Call Saul? He was the guy that was in the land dispute, and he was the
Get
one
the hell
holding
out
up.
of here! The one in that one house in the
Yes.
middle of nowhere with the bank.
That's Barry Corbin.
God damn it, man!
How
Wow.
awesome was that, dude?
Wow! I forgot that was him, and I saw that show.
How old is he?
He's got to be like 90 or something
He's
like that.
gotta be.
He's like 50 in this.
He was
This
super
is
old in
40
Northern
years ago.
Exposure. Yeah.
Well, his IMDb picture is from Yellowstone. I think. I didn't even know
He's
he was in it.
82.
Oh, he's only 82.
So he's like 30 in this?
Damn.
Wait, how?
It's 40 years ago.
40 years ago? So
42.
42. Okay.
He's working on
Still,
his man.
42.
So he had better scores.
That's why I chose a round number so I could do math easily. When you said he's 90 now, I'll be like, so he's 23 in this movie.
Kent Williams, he played Cabot.
Which one was Cabot?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine.
I put some of these guys in the middle there because I didn't know if they were going to come up. before I watched it because I had made the list already. Behringer's aide was Michael Ensign.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
also-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was also
I
the hotel
recognized
manager
him.
from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I recognized him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember where. That's, I guess, what I recognized him
I
from.
wanted
But when he
to
showed up,
also-
I was like, okay, I know this guy from something.
I also wanted to mention in the cast was William Bogert. He played Mr. Lightman, Matthew Broderick's father.
He was in a lot of stuff.
He
Yeah.
was War Games is there. He was the TV anchorman in Dog Day Afternoon, which
Yes,
so
yes.
good.
And he was only on the TV. Like, they didn't show him
Yes.
in the studio. They just showed him in a TV
Yes.
in the corner or something like that. I remember talking about that,
That
then.
was really awesome. And your son was on for that one.
Yeah.
He chose that movie. We did Dog Day Afternoon.
He reminds me of the dad from Stranger Things. It's all I could.
Yes,
That's all I
like
could think
just
of.
has the paper up.
I had to
you
look it
know.
up to see if it wasn't the same guy. It wasn't. But
yeah, that guy's so awesome.
He's also famously been in some Dave Chappelle episodes.
He's in the Wrap It Up announcer. He's like, Wrap It Up, B. He's the announcer in that one. And he also plays Kent Wallace. The
Is that the black
that's
blind
black-
KKK
yeah, the black
guy?
KKK
Oh my
guy,
God.
yeah. He was also-
that that season of Chappelle
That is
was
so good.
one of the best television seasons of all time, and he's great in that.
And speaking of Back to the Future, James Tolkien playing Wiggin.
Wigan.
Top
Who that-
four.
Who's Wiggin?
He's the principal from Back to the Future.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh yes, Strickland.
The blonde,
Mr. Strickland, yeah.
the bald
whatever,
guy.
the
Yes,
bald
yes,
guy,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
he looks
Yep.
exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah, he
And his
does.
top.
That was one of the jokes in Back to the Future 3. They're like, didn't that guy ever have hair? Because he's bald in that too.
You know, you think you can get any other movies? Obviously, War Games.
certainly can.
But
Back to
he
the
was
Future
in
1, 2, 3.
he was
Top
in
Gun.
Top Gun. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And
Damn.
Masters of the Universe. He was in.
Was
the,
he He-Man?
He was in the Dolph Lundgren. He wasn't He-Man, but he was in the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe.
Skeletor.
Who was Skeletor in that?
I know Alan.
The
Alan. I forget. Ofen something played the
Iverson?
voice for that.
Yes, Alan Iverson was.
Michael
in
Madsen
Skeletor.
played Steve.
Yes,
That was a surprise. I was surprised to see.
Michael
a
Madsen.
babyface Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
Madsen. You want to try his top four?
Who are we talking about?
Michael Madsen.
Oh, is there anything not
He was
Quentin
in,
Tarantino?
yeah, Quentin Tarantino movies, right?
I got two of them here for you. Or actually, I got three of them here for you.
So he's Mr. Blonde in Reservoir
Reservoir
Dogs.
That is in
yeah.
there.
and he's
He was in one of the Kill Bills.
He's Bill's brother in Kill
Volume
Bill
one.
1 and 2.
Volume 1 made it in there.
But that's crazy because he's in part 1 for a second, and in part
What does
2
he want from me?
I'm
What does
just
he
saying,
want
like he is in
does
part
he
1
want
for
from
a
me?
second, and he's in part 2 for like 30 minutes.
What does he
He's-
want from me?
Part one's my favorite.
I agree. Part 1's better than part 2, but his part is part 2 because
Can
that's
you
when
get
he
the other?
buries.
Can you get the other Tarantino flick that he's in? His other movie is Species.
Kill Bill wasn't a Tarantino flick.
Well, no, the last.
Oh.
I was saying the last one. Yeah,
The fourth thing. Oh, Species was
Species
his
was
one
the
non
Tarantino. Yeah,
Damn it! Why am I not thinking of it?
I don't know.
Was he in Pulp Fiction?
he was not. I mean, he might be, but it's not in his top 4.
Django?
Did not.
The shoot 'em up one of the Nazis?
Aren't they all shoot 'em up? Oh, Inglourious Bastards.
Nope.
Is it Jackie Brown?
Nope.
I mean, we could just name all his movies.
Inglorious?
I'm saying we could name all of them, but
I thought we
is
did.
he in
already
Once Upon a
name
Time in
all.
Hollywood? Is he in Django? Is he in
He might be in those movies, but you're not naming a movie that he's in.
But you said it's a
Still.
Quentin Tarantino movie.
It is a Quentin Tarantino movie. You still have not said it.
Death Proof.
I think I've named all the ones. I
Oh,
know.
the one, the 4 Rooms? No, that was Bruce
Reservoir
Willis. in
Dogs,
that.
Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Django, Glorious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Obviously, we're
Skipped
missing
right
one.
over something, man. The Hateful Eight.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wait,
he's
what
in
actor
that,
were we
too.
talking about? I forget.
Michael Madsen.
And he's in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Up
And I
next,
can't
we
remember
had,
him being in that, but I'm sure he was.
I
Up
barely
next, we have
remember
a
that one.
repeat from he was in last week's movie, Jason Bernard, right? Or was that 2 weeks ago?
Who's Jason Bernard?
Jason Bernard played Captain Newt. He's the
Star Wars guy?
he was the mayor in Blue Thunder,
So it's Blue Thunder.
and he was in V.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
right.
Caleb
Yep.
from V.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was also in Liar, Liar,
Liar,
while you
yep.
were sleeping.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
He played Captain Newt. He died early, 1996, 58 from a heart attack.
Dang.
The last person I have for the cast here is Eddie Deason playing Malvin.
Malvin.
Head. Mr. Potato Head, back doors are not secrets.
Yeah, but Jim, you're giving away all our best tricks.
The first game on the list. Go right through Falcon's Base.
That might as well have been Biff from Back to the Future right there. Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head. All I got is light beer.
I have your car towed all the way to your house, and all you got for me is a light beer.
So what was he in besides Grease and
Grease 2 are both in his top four.
Wargames.
War Games and the Polar Express made his top 4.
Oh, really?
Wasn't he in Porky's?
I was
too?
just going to say that. Yeah.
Was he in Porky's?
I think he was in
We just saw
Porky's.
Porky's. We just did Porky's.
I think that's when
was
we
he in
talked
there?
about him.
We probably
I don't know if he wasn't.
No, we probably talked about him in Grease too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to look up Deason. We'll look up Deason's catalog.
The potato head guy. His name is Jim in the movie. I don't know what his real name is, but he's in My Cousin Vinny. He is on the witness stand when Joe Pesci starts doing his cross-examination. He's the guy that's like, no self-respecting Southerner makes microwave grits. He's like, I respect my grits.
All right, so
That's the guy that is Jim there he's screaming at
he's in 1941.
Malvin. Who are we talking about?
He's in Eddie Deason.
Oh.
He's in 1941. Midnight Madness from 1980, which is Michael J. Fox's first film. I want to do that. For
I
the
know.
podcast.
You keep talking about that one. I keep missing
I want to
it.
do that one. Grease 2, Zapped. He was in Zapped.
Oh, we probably talked about him in that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in one episode, one of my favorite episodes,
Facts
Facts
of
of Life. Magnum PI, he did an episode. Surf 2, which I just ordered a Blu-ray. I got it coming.
Surf 2.
Surf 2,
I
it's
never
a
even saw
Blu-ray.
Surf 1.
There isn't a Surf 1. It's a disgruntled nerd who was bullied in high school creates Buzz Cola, a soft drink that turns surfers into mindless zombies.
So is the 2
I have the Blu-ray
TOO
coming.
or
I have the Blu-ray coming. I thought we could do a screening here.
Okay, let's do it. What year is that?
That is
82?
from 83.
Oh, 83.
So we can do it.
Oh, it's in our
Yeah.
it's in our wheelhouse right
He
now.
did 12 episodes of Punky Brewster.
Wow, I don't remember him on that. Punker. Punker.
He's in Punker. He's in Follow That Bird. Do you remember that movie, Big Bird?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I mean, I never saw it, but I remember when it came out. Yeah.
Critters 2, the main course. Dwarf's Golf Bible.
Dwarf on golf? Dwarf?
Yeah.
Like Tim Conway?
Dwarf Goes Auto Racing.
Oh, my God.
Darkwing Duck.
And isn't he currently serving time for
He was
sexual
he's
assault
got
or
he's got
something like
a
that?
case against him. I don't know if he's been convicted or anything like that. Silence of the Ham.
Can you imagine this guy trying to like rape someone like little
Falcon's Base.
My name's Eugene, sir.
He did a lot of like cartoons and stuff.
Yeah,
like
he has
that.
a voice for cartoons and a face for cartoons.
Did you see the cast for Asteroid City, that new Wes Anderson
yeah,
film?
it
It's
looks
like
good.
got everybody in it. That's all I had for the cast. If you had anybody for the cast you want to talk
Well,
about.
Jim was the only other guy I had, I think.
I don't know anybody.
He'll rip your lung out, Jim. All right. So what do you want to talk about this movie? You said you had a lot. You were really excited to talk about this movie. Don't sit there on your hands.
Hodor was in it.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the goddamn door!
I like how they were
And-
just letting everybody just run in.
Yes, as the door's closing, just run. And that girl seemed to be important, but she was nobody.
No.
Like they would go to her face on shots like, oh my God, this is really important. And then she never had a line. She had the Hodor line.
She was
but
the worried woman.
you have to have one of them. By the way, Ally Sheedy was, oh my God, was she hot in this or what? Like it's almost.
I loved her in this.
I believe that what's his face, John Hughes, ruined her career by casting her in Breakfast Club after this because she looks so good in this, and then in Breakfast Club, she's kind of like the whatever pre-goth kind of girl, and I think she would have had a better career if she just kept on the cute next door neighbor kind of role.
She should have been playing the Molly Ringwald role.
Yes.
role
You know
and
what?
Stuff like that.
In Breakfast Club, she was the cute girl, not Molly Ringwald is not ever been
Say
cute.
Molly Ringworm.
Yes.
He did. Yes, he did.
She's never been cute, and I don't get why people of a certain generation,
I think she's-
our
I think-
generation, find her.
I think
all
Molly
appealing.
Ringwald is more attractive as an older lady now than as she was in the 80s.
I was gonna say I don't know her from anything, but she was in The Stand recently. I
Yeah,
think.
she's really
I
good
don't
on
know.
stage.
Ally Sheedy looks good in drunken.
I like Ally
single
Sheedy,
drunk
yeah.
female.
But she looked really good in this,
Oh, yeah.
like really good,
yeah,
and distracting. Like
Do you
next
remember-
to Matthew
I remember
Broderick
having
a couple
tingling
times,
feelings.
like next to Matthew Broderick, who was
watching
like
this.
every time she's at his house, I'm like, why is she going here? Why? Like she could be doing much better than him. And
Do you
not starting a
remember
nuclear war.
what arcade game he was playing?
well, he made her laugh.
He was definitely playing Galaga. At one
Yeah, I
point.
remember
Yes,
Galaga.
I love that game, Galaga.
That was my game.
I love that guy. I had a handheld. It was about this big. It was so fun, man.
getting the second fighter.
Yes.
Oh,
You got the
yeah,
second
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I could get all the way through the second challenge stage without
Damn.
dying. That was
fun.
yeah.
Man.
That's your
That
claim
was a
to
good
fame.
game. That's my back then. And then Dragon's Lair came out.
80s video games.
Slayer.
I was a big
Yeah.
fan. I still am. I mean, I have the ColecoVision. I remember.
ColecoVision,
I still have the original.
that had the
ColecoVision.
pad too, just
That's
like
the
the
pad, yep.
Intellivision.
I remember having the Commodore VIC 20. Then we had the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
The first
man.
thing, well, I had an Atari 2600 and then
I
a
had that
Commodore
as well,
64.
yep.
That was the next thing I got.
I always wanted the 2600, but my parents bought me an Intellivision.
That's what I
That
had.
was that was better than the Atari. That was
I
the
didn't
next
think
level.
so at the
And television
time.
had some
Yeah.
awesome games.
Everybody left my house when the guy down the street, John Clarkson, fuck you, got a television. No one wanted to play Atari anymore.
Us in
that
the
game,
Morrows
that
had
game
Intellivision.
Utopia. The game Utopia on
Utopia,
television. I
yeah.
love that game.
I just noticed in my notes I have David's dad, Dog Day, and Chappelle. So I actually knew he was in Dog Day before. But you brought it up now. I saw this movie like weeks ago. I forgot that I knew things. I also have this nerd gets this piece of ass up in his room this quick? Question mark.
Yeah.
Come on. What's her problem?
I mean, when we were 13 when this came out,
And I saw this in the
I
theater.
was thinking
for
that
sure.
hot girls would just come up into nerds' rooms.
Get a computer, get a hot girl up there. That's
They
all it
didn't.
takes. There are
It
lots
didn't
of
seem to work that way.
there are
No.
actually lots of hot girls going up in guys' rooms with computers. It's just not going up to your room.
Yeah, that's true.
Matthew Broderick doesn't show up till 15 minutes into this movie.
I had 16
I kept
minutes.
noticing like he's not like the star of this movie. Well, I paused it. It was probably 15:37 or whatever. But
They're both Ally Sheedy and Broderick are both 21 as the ages.
Really?
their
That's how
ages
old
in
they
this,
were in
yeah.
this?
I just thought it was so
They're
funny.
still
Like
in high school?
So think about it. She did,
so
she did
stupid.
2 years later. 2 years later,
he hadn't
was
figured out
when,
how to change his scores yet. So,
And 2 years later is when Breakfast Club was, right? Was that
so she went
85?
back. She went back to. So she's
Was it
23.
84, 85 Breakfast Club.
No matter, it's still later than this. So she's going back to high school.
Older.
She's a year. Like how depressed do you get as an actress? when
Highlight,
you're just like-
man.
you're playing another high school student. Be like, I'm 37 years old. Why am I playing a high school
your
student?
Eddie D's in again?
Highlight man.
The name's Eugene, sir.
I forgot I took notes for this. I just pulled them up.
Oh my god, you forgot you took notes.
And what my first note is, he never logged on, but Whopper still listed the games. And it's just like he was trying to log on, and then he did list games. And it's just like, you never logged on.
Dude, he typed in Joshua.
That's the password. I have it right here. Password equals Joshua.
But I mean, as soon as this ended, I went onto my laptop and typed in Joshua and nothing happened. I was like, why is Joshua a magical word that just works?
Do you remember what they were drinking in this movie?
Tab.
Yes.
Oh, yes, they were. Okay, yeah. That's a big Michael J. Fox.
Oh, that
drink,
yeah. And when he was breaking into the telephone at the booth, he used a little pop tap.
You know what?
yeah.
Tab
I
or
actually,
whatever.
I put in my notes.
I have
I said,
hot wiring a telephone.
I said,
Really?
ask Brian to explain the payphone trick. So what did he do?
I don't know. I never did that. I never knew about that until
I figured you were like
even
way
watching
in
War
on
Games.
it.
I didn't understand how that worked. But I mean, it was definitely some type of metal
mimics it,
connection,
right?
Yeah, because it wasn't back then. Cans weren't all aluminum; they were steel. So you'd have that connection where you could tap
Little
the.
can history. Nice.
I still don't understand what happened there. He just all of a sudden got a dial tone and
If
went-
he touched the middle, like
It's
he
just
took
that's how they got the
end
movie to
off.
go on.
Phones are
So I
only
get to go.
2 wire, so maybe
Wouldn't it have
tap.
been better if they just had, I got 50 cents in my pocket and cling, cling.
Yeah. How did he not have? Back then, it was 10 cents.
Everybody had change on them back then. Yeah, right. 10 cents. Yeah.
Had the governor of New Jersey in that chair.
So I have
I wrote down Governor of New Jersey. That must be Tom Kane at this point, 1983. Yeah.
your dad's
My dad's buddy.
Right? Yeah.
He was not at my dad's funeral. Where were you, Tom Kane? Come on.
He's
man.
like 87 years old.
That doesn't. What's he? What's he
Dude,
what's
when you were at my dad's viewing, weren't there like 1,000 80-year-old people there? 80-something-year-olds?
There, yeah. I have school grades. Like schools were not reachable by phone. Like even when I was in high school in 88, they still had grade books.
Yeah, of course,
They
man.
didn't enter them into anything that is
This is Seattle.
connected to a
That
network.
school's
Oh, yeah.
that school's computer technology was vastly better than anything in New Jersey in 1983. That was
with their
amazing.
passwords though.
But I was saying to Jason the other day,
Pencil.
Matthew Broderick invented the getting caught for a purpose trope that we've seen in so many movies. Well, like Loki got caught on purpose in Avengers so that he could be in the ship to set the Hulk off, and Dark Knight, Joker gets caught on purpose to just be inside the jail to set off the bomb, and happens in one of the James Bonds. But Matthew Broderick got caught on purpose just so he could go in there and steal the next passcode.
That's true.
And it's so funny because I just wrote down my passcode today at work today when it said change your passcode. I'm like, God damn it.
Password 123.
Well, I just changed the number.
You just
I'm
changed
on
the number.
58
It's the
now.
next number.
If you know my and you know I'm on number 58, you know my password at work. And you can probably break into my bank too.
My next note is sweaty Ally Sheedy when she came.
Jog.
into-
Her running
wow.
her running style was a little odd though.
I loved
like,
her walk running up the stairs was beautiful when
and she was
did that.
petting the dog Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Why was the dog always outside out front?
He was a very well behaved dog. They just let him hang
They
out.
have
in
one
the
of those
front.
invisible fences, maybe. You think?
When they were, you said they were in Seattle, and they were in Seattle because they showed the Space Needle the first time they set up the shot. But when they're first doing their whatever they're doing, let's get a flight to Paris. He sets it up from Chicago to Paris.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they set it up from Seattle to Paris?
And then they're like questioning him. You had a flight, and it's
You had reservation.
1,500 miles from my house to start.
but it made no sense. He's like, let's go from Chicago. Be like, what? Aren't they in Seattle?
Not only that,
let's
how did they
drive to Chicago?
They bounced from Seattle to Colorado Springs. They were all over the
they
place within.
They brought him to Colorado real quick.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Game of Thrones.
Was there anybody actually taking reservations online in 1983? Like, could you book a flight with a
yeah.
I don't know.
Could you? I mean, like, I didn't even know you could do it in 2023. I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, book me a flight. And she says it's been taken care of.
Like, who do I call to book a flight?
Every once in a while when she's having trouble online, I'm like, can't you call somebody? She's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. Isn't that what we did back in the
It's
day?
hard finding phone numbers for places now. You can't call places.
And I know you've been there because you live there, but I've been to the zoo that's on top of Cheyenne Mountain. or
You lived
on
in
the
a zoo?
side
I've been there,
Of
yeah.
Are you saying you found David in a zoo? Is that what you're saying?
No, he lived.
He hasn't
I-
shaved since he was
He
in that
lived
zoo.
on Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah, I lived in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Is that where you found him?
No, I found him at work.
Yes.
Underneath your desk?
Well, you lived in Denver.
I lived in Denver, but you lived right there.
I did.
Yeah.
And you guys-
he's a military
and
brat.
are you from this area?
No,
Oh, you're not from this
my
area.
ex-wife is.
Okay. So you moved out here for your wife, and then you found Brian, and that's why you stayed. You stayed for Brian.
And then I divorced my wife for Brian.
You're not the only person that can make that claim.
I like this. Barry Corbin ad-libbed most of his lines, it says, for this movie, which
Wow.
is pretty fun.
Did he say something about pissing on a spark plug there?
God damn it, I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it'd do any good.
That voice is it's just too good. It's worth watching The Ranch for him, too, because now I'm thinking about some of the episodes that I've seen him on The Ranch.
Yeah, so the veterinarian.
So the Whopper machine, the computer that's in the middle of
What's
the
that stand for again?
NORAD
Do you remember?
World Organization Peace Resolution.
What did you say that? Whopper. What do we got here? See, what do you got?
World
WOPR.
Organization Peace Resolution.
War Operation Planned Response.
Nice.
Have it your way.
At one point, they put the secret sauce on that. It's gross. Burger King sucks. The woman's walking around.
We need them for advertising.
She's got a clipboard, and it might be the
She's just looking at the lights.
I'm like, there's a bunch of red and yellow blinking lights. Is she like, all right, that's a red light blinking there. Okay, good. Row 17, section 8, blinking red light.
It's
okay,
blinking
good.
over here
Good.
too.
Like,
It's blinking
what
over
were
here
all
too.
those blinking lights for? Because if you walk by there and look, be like, well, they're all blinking out of sequence, and none of them. There's no pattern to it. So
Yeah, what do you
They're
want?
definitely
any of
decorative.
so what do any of those blinking lights mean?
And every time they showed the Whopper, you'd see all the lights. Where was that display?
The display of
The
what?
countdown display. Where was it? I could never
Well,
figure
at one
that
point
out.
it was up on the big screen there when it was getting close to being the end.
No, they did a close up of the Whopper.
Oh,
There
in the Whopper.
Yeah, in the
Oh,
Whopper.
yes,
Where
yes,
was
yes.
that? It was like
That
they
was
showed
like-
it
it
how
was
many
inside
times?
of
It was over there, and they're like over here looking. They're like,
Here's it.
what's going on over there?
Here's something I saw in the Whopper. It said the computer name Whopper was a joke based on BRGR, a real computer NORAD once used to predict war strategies. So there was a burger, a BRGR.
Oh,
And that's where the Whopper comes from.
why didn't they do like Big Mac or something? But
I did the password CPE 170 for TKS. It's 10 letters and numbers. Today,
that's
I
more
did
secure than my password.
Well, I did the how long it, Whopper cracked it in 5.5 minutes. Today, today's computers, it would take 11 years to crack. So that Whopper computer,
That Whopper was.
stronger.
Are you talking about the one at the
than
end
the
when they're
computers.
when they're running all the?
Yeah.
Oh, when they get the nuclear
So
code.
so when
Yes.
so when the codes are popping up and one number pops up at
Yeah.
a time, is that like
No.
all it's doing is running like A B C D F G H I J K L,
And it-
what do you do?
pick one
Would you
number
just
at a
like
time.
figure it all out all at one time based on that? Just like
And it was like random
Third-
spots.
okay,
in the
here
code.
in,
Yeah.
in section 7 we got an X. Like what? Like why did that pop up? It should have either found it all at one time
It's
or
all
not
at once or nothing. And it would take 11 years today, not 40 years ago.
Well, back then they only had like 17 computers, so it was much easier to figure out the passwords.
Said David Lightman, Matthew Broderick, was inspired by real life hacker David Scott Lewis, who isn't allowed to discuss whether he ever hacked into a military computer.
Whoa.
Wait, so Wargames is based on a true story?
I guess maybe he based his performance.
Oh,
I guess
so he
took,
watched War Games and then said, I'm going to do that.
No, David Lightman, who Matthew Broderick
Oh, okay.
plays,
Yeah.
was inspired by this
Was
guy.
inspired
So he
by-
went
okay.
and looked him up. I guess he's like, I'm going to be a hacker. So he's like, oh, let me read about this hacker in real life. This real life
Is
hacker.
that in the movie? I don't remember seeing
No,
that.
I'm saying he got his inspiration from. Why is he not fucking
Didn't they say,
listening?
didn't
The
they say
person
that?
who
I'm
wrote
saying
the
the guy
movie,
that watched,
guys.
the guy that wrote War Games. Okay. Sorry.
He's still not
But wait a
getting it.
minute. But I don't know.
Matthew Broderick took inspiration for his role.
Oh, Matthew Broderick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I also
So there
This
was a
real-life
real guy
hacker.
that did this.
I don't know how much of that story is fucking
they
real.
can't, they can't tell you.
That guy
I'm not
drank a
even
lot
sure-
of tab.
I'm still not even sure what we're talking about.
I also
I'm
read
ready.
Matthew-
I'll give a score.
Matthew Broderick based his character on the guy that may or may not have actually broken into a nuclear.
A real life hacker. He was a real life hacker, but this guy can't discuss whether he did it because of the fucking laws. He's not allowed to discuss it.
It's been like
but he
40
told
years.
Matthew Broderick.
I'm done.
That's
You
like
guys-
when the mob guys like talk to like the good fella guys.
Let me-
are like,
let me know-
I'm
let
not
me know
going
when
to
you get
tell
to
you
the
I killed
score.
the guy, but
Let me know when you get to the scores. Come on, what do you
I
got?
still
And
don't.
then- and
still don't
Matthew
understand.
Broderick, he had. I also read he to prepare for the role. He had Galaga delivered to his house.
That's awesome.
Damn.
That is, you know what? I would do the movie just for that. Can I have Gallagher
I wish
brought to
I
my
had. I
house?
wish I had Galaga at my house.
You can get Galaga on your phone.
So when
not
when
the
he
same.
first
Yeah.
is changing the grades in his bedroom there, he has a floppy drive
Yeah.
with a
Huge,
he has like a 12-inch.
That was bigger than a
floppy.
5.5
He
inch or
takes it
5
out.
inch.
He takes it out, and that thing is flopping all. It's
They
like,
change
is
their
that a-
password all the time.
Is that a 12-inch floppy? There?
And
It
those
was
things
so
are what,
big.
512 kilobytes?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Were they the ones that were double sided? You could turn them over as long as you had the two clips on both sides, like torn out or whatever it was.
Yeah, we used to do that in school. I remember that.
I never had it. There was a video game that came out for this in '84
A Wargames video game. I did
for
not know that.
ColecoVision, Commodore 64, and the Atari 8-bit computer.
Oh.
But if you
Never had
really
it, though.
figured it out, you could set off a nuclear war.
It said the game started out greeting you as Professor Falcon, and you would play a game of global thermonuclear war. Your objective was to stop nuclear war from occurring by protecting the country with various military vehicles and weapons in a set time limit without reaching DEFCON 1.
Wow.
I'm confused about the DEF CON in this because they kept going down. DEF
Like
CON,
Brian's countdown.
like Brian's countdown. Very good. Because like bring us down to DEF CON 2. Bring us to DEF CON 1. There was a movie that came out in the 80s called DEF CON 4. And that was a post-apocalyptic nuclear war movie. And I was always confused. Why are they DEF CON 4? That's like almost peace.
But the cons on base, they're all alpha,
Yeah,
delta.
it's all letters now.
Yeah.
Well,
alpha,
that's probably-
beta.
They probably had a problem
Charlie,
with like, are we
Delta.
going up or down? Like 1 or 5? 5 or 1? Or, are we good? DEF
That's
CON
where it's
5
always
is
confusing,
good?
the
Or
five
DEF CON 5 is good? Or
Five
DEF
versus
CON 5
the
is
ones where it's
bad?
confusing because then you hear like you got this cancer stage 4.
Oh, that's good.
You know.
Oh, you tested positive? Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, not good? Positive is bad?
Yeah, it's like no.
Aw.
That's when George found out he was negative. Negative. Negative's good, you idiot.
I had a question that Whopper was tracking submarines, and it's just like the whole point of nuclear submarines is to not be tracked. You have no idea where they are, and yet they saw all of them.
They weren't quiet.
Did he say
back
how many he saw at one time? Did he say he said 70 or something?
Yeah, there were like a ton of them up there, and it's just like you wouldn't know where they are.
Damn, I wish some of my
then.
notes
The
are-
Russians weren't very good at hiding.
No, they weren't. Their submarines were all on top of the water.
And they were very close to us.
Yes, very close.
Matthew's father had passed days before production wrapped in November of '82. James
Damn.
Broderick.
Oh, really?
He was an actor too, right?
Yes,
Damn.
yes, he was.
What's his top 4?
I don't know his top 4. You got it?
No, I can look it up.
I get it.
So they were saying they were going to like kill 20 million people with their nuclear war. I was like, so they're just shooting them at like some small part of China or something like that, like 20 million people. I'm like, that's nothing.
That sounds good.
I'm just trying to go through my notes. Some of my notes are just like so.
His top 4: Dog Day Afternoon, Taking of the Pelham 1, 2, 3, Family, and Brenner.
Why do I think that when we were doing Dog Day, we said something about Matthew
We
Broderick's
might
dad
have,
being
yeah.
in
I think
we
that,
did.
but we didn't know who it was.
He might have, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so at one point they said,
What?
at one point they said prophylactic recycling center. I don't even know why I have that in my notes, but I was like, so they've sent in a bunch of condoms someplace to reuse.
I don't remember that.
I don't know either.
That was a real video arcade. 20 Grand Palace Arcade in the film was a real video arcade just north of Los Angeles in Woodland Hills.
The Galaga, where he was playing Galaga.
It's now a furniture store, yeah.
Oh.
How much were a carton of cigarettes in?
I also
1983?
read that originally when this story was written, it was written years before it was made, obviously. I don't know when it was written, but the original part of Professor Falcon was originally written for John Lennon to play the role.
John Lennon.
Oh.
So-
It felt like it was Stephen Hawking's
Yeah.
part if he was healthier at this point to play, but
They couldn't build ramps everywhere on that island.
But in 1983, was he in that bad a shape then, even that early on?
I don't think he was great in 1983.
Probably not.
Yeah.
A carton of cigarettes was $6.99 back then.
Wow.
Damn.
That's still expensive.
Now it's
A pack of cigarettes,
is more than
a
that.
pack is like $8.
Oh, cart. You said cart.
Yeah, carton, yeah.
I tried very hard when I went to the phone booth scene to see what gas was at the.
I tried also.
There was-
That's why I
there
took
was
the,
no
that's why I
sign.
took the cigarette carton price. I was like, I guess that's all I'm getting.
I know you guys are going to yell, but I have to pee again.
That wasn't part of the movie.
I'm going to try and hold it.
Please do. We're getting close to the end here, I think,
We are.
right?
Oh, spelling out zero. When at one point they were answering a question on, they typed in zero and said, put it
Yeah,
in
the letter,
zero.
the number 0.
Yeah.
Damn it. I wish someone, like, did he say Miss Fine 1979 or something like that? Did Dabney Coleman say that at one point? Because it sounds like something he would have said. I just have that written down in my notes. Miss Fine 1979.
I don't know if
I don't
have
know what
anywhere.
that means. You have the absolute right to remain silent. Did they say that to Matthew Broderick when they arrested him?
When the FBI
There was a part in this movie where I saw this movie way back in the day and then haven't seen it for a long time. I forgot that he got caught and escaped and then went back to Whopper. I thought the whole Whopper part was one thing. So he was there.
I don't remember him being caught that early.
And,
He was there and left. And this
who lets a tour group into NORAD?
I know.
as they're arresting someone for setting off a nuclear war.
Also, did you know there's a sequel to this movie?
I did
I
not
did-
know
I
that.
did know that.
Direct to video, Wargames: The Dead Code in 2008.
Whoa. So like 30 years later,
Yeah, I don't know who's in it or whatnot, but
35 years,
We might have- we
35
might have
years
to
after
watch.
this. So Matthew Broderick doesn't enter this movie till 15 minutes in. The movie really doesn't start till 40 minutes in. 40 minutes is when like
that's why this movie's an hour and
they
54
do the
minutes.
global thermonuclear war game. So everything 40 minutes up till this movie is just
Set
up and them in school and joking around. And I thought that was crazy that it took that long to get to the actual plot of the
Yeah.
movie. And what else do I have? I don't know what this means. Based on David's profile, he's been shooting up a school for 20 years. I don't know what that means, man.
What's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that
I don't
does-
know why I have that
what?
here.
Oh, I've got all these sound bites.
What do you got? Let's hear him.
He wasn't very old.
Oh, he was pretty old. He was 41.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's old.
That is old.
I probably
Ally.
agreed with them back in 83.
You were 13. Of course you agreed. You're
Yeah.
like 41. Do people live that long? My parents weren't even 41 yet when I saw this movie. Wait a minute. Yeah, they were. My dad was.
Yeah, my dad
Yeah.
was too.
We're not being attacked. It's a simulation.
Whoa now, hold it. You're not supposed to be running in here. Somebody can get hurt.
That's like very reminiscent of Dr. Strangelove. Like, you can't be fighting. This is the war room. What's his face? The Stephen Hawking guy. He has the best line in the movie where he says, he's talking about how they're going to get nuked right away. He's like, we're like 3 miles from like a
Main target
or something like that. And he's like, just imagine the horror of survival. I'm like, God damn, just imagine the horror
That's the best line
of
of the movie.
survival.
Back then, people were worried about it too.
Read that,
I'd be worried
read
about it
that.
now.
Read that.
The
That's
first game on the list, go right through Falcon's Maze. Sorry, let me read that again. The first game on the list, go right through Falcon's Maze. That was a big bullshit thing there because that's the first game listed. And when they get to the end where they're like, how are we going to figure out how to trick the computer? They're like, they should have gone, they should have gone through Falcon's Maze. Instead, they're like, it's not on the list. It's not even up there. What was there any indication in this movie where tic-tac-toe was not on the list, but it should have been the game played? Why was that even a thing? And by the way, I might add, you can win tic-tac-toe. It is a winnable game. All you need is a little strategy, and it's not winnable all the time.
You gotta
But
catch somebody off guard.
if
too,
someone
that's all.
places this, if you put your thing right in the middle, whether it's X or O, depending on their first move, you can win.
Yeah.
So to say that tic-tac-toe is unwinnable,
I used
is
to
a
beat
lie.
my kids all the time.
Yeah. I showed your wife the other day at work. This is how you win a tic-tac-toe. Drew the board, put an X in the middle, put a circle right above that. I'm like, I can win in 3 moves right here. Boom, 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 done. Win. So to say that's unwinnable is a little bit of a that's bullshit. So Falcon's Maze should have been
Wait,
the game that they
Christine
used.
lost to tic-tac-toe.
No. I did it. I did it
I'm
myself.
going home and playing
No.
You lost to yourself at TikTok?
I did it myself. I put the X in the middle, put the circle right above that. Right there, the game's over. Because I put an X right there, you're going to block me down there, and then I go right there, and then I got 2 wins right there, up and down, or up and across. So it is a very winnable game if someone makes the wrong move on the first try.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I thought it was really bullshit that they should use tic-tac-toe as the basis for teaching this computer that the only way to win is not to play. I mean, to play tic-tac-toe is stupid. Maybe that's what they should have played. This
Damn
game
it.
is stupid.
Damn it,
and Nuclear
learn.
War is stupid.
Learn, damn it.
What else you got, Bri?
Let's see.
After very careful consideration, sir, I've come to the conclusion that your new defense system sucks.
I don't have to take that, you pig-eyed sack of shit.
Pig-eyed sack
Dabney
of shit.
Coleman just has a perfect voice, doesn't he?
He does.
He really, it's just.
And I like how Corbin Burnson was the
Corbin.
What is his name?
Barry Corbin.
Barry Corbin.
Corbin Burnson from L.A. Law or whatever.
Yeah.
Is he in this?
He might have been.
Is he the one that George Costanza accosted outside the elevator in Letterman?
Yeah, that's right. He did.
I have a good
It was
point.
Leno. He was on Leno.
Leno,
Yeah.
sorry.
Barry Corbin was the comedy, but Dabney Coleman was not the comedy. in
No,
this, and
no,
he's
but
a
also
comedy
he was
guy.
kind of like
Yeah.
not even the third wheel. He was just like the other guy.
He was just on screen, not hardly.
Yeah.
Few minutes.
Wasted the talent of Dabney Coleman because he's the dick. That's Dabney Coleman's the kind of guy. He never played the leading man. He was you want to hate him as soon as
He was
you
the guy
see
that
him.
you always hated.
Always.
The
Every time
conniving
Dabney
best
Coleman was in
friend
something,
or
you're
whatever,
like,
yeah.
oh God, Dabney.
You said you had a few more things, right? What do you got, Dave?
Do you guys read?
Barely.
Sometimes.
Like English.
The book Ready Player One.
I loved Ready Player One.
Yes,
In the
I read
book,
that.
the main character, one of the things he has to do is reenact war games, start to finish.
Damn, why don't I remember that? I
do
read
remember
Ready
that.
Player
Now
One.
that you say that,
It's not in the movie.
I do not
The
remember
movie
that
was
yet.
horrible. The
No,
book
but
was great.
I read that
Yeah,
book.
the movie sucked.
I don't remember that in Ready Player One, but it's been a while since I read it. Ready Player Two, by the way, is one of the worst pieces of shit I ever read.
I didn't read that.
I didn't finish it.
I put it down. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Why? I forgot that.
And at the end, when they're all around the computer, and Ally Sheedy says, "No, do it again." Like, who's going to listen to her?
She was quite attractive, though.
I
Men
would've-
have been doing
Yeah.
stupid things for attractive women
I would have
for
been like,
centuries.
Sweaty Ally Sheedy, I would have done a lot of stuff for her.
Oh, man, her running in the beginning of this, I was like, wow, this is the best thing that's happened to this movie so far. What happened to her? She should have been bigger. She should have been Meg Ryan in the 80s. Instead, she was the gothy chick in Breakfast Club.
The
and we
dandruff-
forget about
the
her. Yeah,
dandruff
yeah,
hair.
right?
Yeah.
You show you have dandruff, no one wants to fuck you after that.
Did someone lock her
does
down?
hurt for her.
I have no idea.
Nah, I don't
know
think
her.
anybody got her like Phoebe. You're thinking,
Yeah.
no.
Locked down Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline, shout out, baboo.
I think Kevin Kline's like sitting out on his deck smoking a big fat cigar, being like, looks inside every once in a while. I'm like,
Do you
Phoebe, what's for dinner?
No, you think she just walks
Locked
by and he
down.
just smacks her on the ass? She just- Or do you think he makes her get out of the pool every so often?
Yeah.
Honey, I'm gonna go in the go in the bathroom real quick.
Do the scene. Do the scene.
You think Phoebe Cates still looks good?
I've
yeah.
seen her recently. She
Yeah.
looks all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look her up now.
Do it. Right there. Anybody have anything else before you jump into our scores?
No, I think
Did
I'm
Christine
done.
get back to you with her score? or
She
no?
did.
Okay, good.
Was Michelle upstairs when you were up there?
Yeah.
She never texted me her score.
She must hate you.
She does not like me.
Let's see if I text her.
I'm going to do like a Will Ferrell from Wedding Crashers. Like, I'm just going to start screaming. Michelle, what's score?
What's your score?
You texted my wife?
Yeah. See if she was-
She's probably going to say, like, I didn't even watch that.
Sent it as an iMessage. Does she have an
War
iPhone
what?
now?
She has an iPhone.
Oh, I didn't know she had an iPhone
yeah.
now. Okay.
I made her become part of the 21st century.
Thank you. I mean, unlike some people in this room.
Nothing is more depressing when I send a text message and it comes back green. I'm like,
Oh, I
God
hate that.
damn it.
What does that mean?
It means you don't have an iPhone
Oh, yeah.
and you're poor.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to start?
You'd rather your children drift through life aimlessly and kind of gross. Like people look at them and be like,
Most people have Androids.
no, they don't.
That's in the future
Oh.
when we have real androids.
Oh.
Why did they have to pay George Lucas money to call their thing androids? He didn't invent that word
I
yet.
think.
There's like a little Lucasfilm thing there. What'd she say?
I don't know, but she got back to me.
Well, she got back to you. I
got a score.
I feel some of my text messages don't go out. It must be my shitty iPhone.
All right. So who wants to start us?
Should we have our guest go, or
Sure.
should we have him go last? I don't know.
Why
it's
don't
been
we
a
have
while
Brian
since-
go first?
All right,
right?
Brian, we'll have him do his Korean score.
Let me
This
guess.
is based out of
I'm
100.
going to guess
What?
49.
No way.
I think he liked it more than
Yeah,
that.
this
I think he
is-
liked
this
it more
is
than that.
much
yeah.
higher than
My
that.
score is actually higher than Christine's.
Okay.
So Christine gave it an 82.
Christine gives it an 82. Okay.
And I give it an 85.
Wow. Okay.
Ryan gives it an 80.
That's really good for you.
I know.
it
I love
is.
this movie.
This is out of 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you knew that,
out of 10.
Dave, why don't you go?
I have very, very fond memories of this movie. I saw it twice in the movie theaters the same day.
Nice. Same day.
Same day.
Excellent.
And I think it really held up. So I'm giving it a 95.
Wow.
Starting
It
strong.
held up based on the fact that I was still confused with all the computer stuff 40 years later. I'm like, I
And it wasn't-
I don't even know if any of this still could be done today. I don't know.
It wasn't over the top.
Oh, you mean the movie with Sly Stallone about arm wrestling?
It certainly was not over the top.
I'm glad. I would never give it a 95 if it was
That
over
was
the
it
top.
wasn't over the top or the Expendables 3. I thought the computer work in this was so well done that I'm still confused as to exactly what happened.
Except at the end, where did the voice come from?
Well, there were a lot of things. You have, like we were talking about before with his log on, where he just was like, Joshua, I'm in. Okay, great. And the password thing.
Brian has programs like that you can do.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't.
Mine you don't have to log into.
I'll go next. My score is very close to Christine's. I went with 83.
Wow.
I like this movie a lot. I had some fond memories as well. I didn't see it in the theater, but I did. It was one of those movies I rented a lot from the video store, and I believe I saw this on HBO a lot as well.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
one of those movies that was on HBO all the time. But yeah, it gets an 83 from me. I'd watch this movie again, and I'd recommend it. Yeah,
I'd watch it if it was on.
Yeah. I thought like one of my only problems with this movie was the middle. I felt like it kind of like sagged a little bit, but not enough to make me not like it. I really liked it a lot. And I saw this in the theater. I don't think I saw it twice in one day, but I might have seen it twice in the theater because this is before videotapes and stuff like that. So if I wanted to see it again, I would have had to actually go to the theater. I always hate when this happens, but I gave it an 85. Matching Brian's score always makes me feel kind of dirty and kind of unknowledgeable. I'm like, if I can't give it a different score than Brian, but I wrote it down. I wrote it down beforehand. So.
Your wife's score?
Oh no,
60.
Get the fuck out of here.
She gives it a 60.
I see. I still don't think she knows what the scoring system is. I don't think
she thinks it's 1 out of 6.
I don't think she really knows what's happening. She's like, I'm just going to give it a 60 because like it's from the 80s.
She's really confused.
I thought she enjoyed watching it. We were kind of laughing about it. We were making fun of the things that we made fun about here.
It's a fun movie. I mean, I don't know how you could be. Yeah, it's just that there's something wrong there with that score. Critics gave it a 93 from critics.
Wow. Okay.
And
nice.
the audience score was a 76.
Wow. What?
That critic score, I wonder if that's all of the time. Like I know it's Rotten Tomatoes, who knows, but I wonder if it's one of those movies that today people look at and be like, nah, this is silly. Like you can't break into what but
next week, what do we got, Andy?
What is it? Porky's 2? Is it?
It could be
Cannonball
Porky's
3?
2. Let me throw a few out at you guys. We could do. We have where'd we leave off at? Where are we at? Training. Return. Why am I missing? We have Porky's 2, Yellowbeard, Mr. Mom.
Yellowbeard and
That's a good
Mr.
one.
Mom, yeah.
Didn't your daughter want to do Yellowbeard?
Mr. Mom.
Did she? Oh yeah, she did talk
Mr.
about
Mom.
Which
that,
one?
yeah.
Exciting. I'm looking
Carrie.
forward to Mr.
I mean,
Mom.
Katie.
The fun one.
Yeah.
I mean, cut. Katie wanted to.
You should do that. You should do that one.
Yeah.
See Terry Garr.
Oh yeah.
Carrie's obviously not the fun one. She's marrying Connor.
We're definitely doing Mr. Mom. Yeah, then after that's Vacation, and I think Logan's on for that one.
Is he?
He said he wanted to come on for that one. Yeah.
Nice.
So we're gonna get a lot of Oh wait, that might be Daniel. Oh wait, no, it's both of them. That's right. Yes, both my children are well versed in the likes and the odds.
Those episodes were well received when we had Logan on and we had Brady on. I think those were very well received. But
Brady knows how to talk.
So what are we gonna do? What do you want to do?
I'm up for any of them.
Let's just do Porky's 2. It's next on the list. And
Porky's 2, okay. Let me see if it's streaming.
Oh yeah, maybe that should decide what it is. Something I watched the other day was nowhere to be found. How did I find it? It might have been Wargames, actually. Was that on HBO? I don't even know how I watched this.
I rented it on Prime.
Was it Prime? Okay, so I rented it, but I think I looked for it.
I had it on Hulu. It was on
Showtime.
Hulu.
Right, yes, that's what it was. Yeah, that's right.
I rented it on Prime, and one of like the categories it had it in, like the descriptions of it, was science fiction.
At that time, it probably was.
Yeah.
People like computers. What are these computers?
It's you can rent it on YouTube. That's it, $2.99, or buy it for $9.99.
You know what?
Don't
I'll
buy
rent it.
Yeah, don't buy it.
I'm renting it as well.
Andy, why is the only YouTube thing you've ever bought Porky's 2? I'm a big fan of the Mike Hunt joke that they do over and over again in this.
All right, kids. Porky's 2 next week, and Spreaker until then.
Spreaker this week.
Download, rate, subscribe, review our podcast everywhere you get it. And, interact with us out on the socials. We're exciting a new podcast on all the socials. And it's The Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. I'm Jason. This has been the exciting and new podcast.
AEGonzo1 on Twitter, AEGonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy. Dave, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks Dave. It was a lot of fun.
I am Twitterless.
And I'm Brian, Papa Bad Kitty.
Thank you, Dave. Come back anytime.
You, David.
He wasn't even going to say thank you.